See you, TMG.
Dog. Anyway, we can move into football. We can do this quickly, briefly. You know football. I'm gonna go quickly with you. I don't want you to think too much because you like thinking. You like to give me like, oh, you know, this is what could happen in the season, that could happen in the season. No. Who wins the league this year?
City
wins the league. Top 4.
I'm gonna go City, Liverpool, Spurs, Chelsea.
We'll come back to that. Golden Boot.
Put down Salah.
It's just clockwork for that guy.
He takes penalties. I don't know what Haaland's gonna do. I'm not sure he's gonna take penalties. He may do, but like I said before, I said in the chat, when the space goes away, which is gonna happen against City, there's not much space in behind. Haaland's going to show how technical he is.
His movement off the ball was very good yesterday.
His movement was great, but Liverpool paid a high line.
But when the crosses were coming in,
his movement for crosses is going to be good. Don't get twisted. I see him put good balls in, but there's times where in the tight, intricate areas,
his first time was awful.
First time needs to be sharp up. He's obviously still young to improve, but I thought this season he may not. I'm not as hard on him as BJ was saying. I'm going to come back and chat about him, but I don't necessarily think.
We'll chat about Nunes.
He's going to be as great as people think as in the first season. You're going to have to adapt to the lack of space in behind. I'm not saying there's no Lukaku by any stretch of imagination, but just when that space goes, because City, most teams, aside from Liverpool, and maybe when the top teams are on City's case, pushing them backwards, most teams are going to put 2 backs for at least, or maybe even a 4 and a 5, or even 10 men behind the ball. Going to be deep in their box, showing what you can do.
Who do you think will be the player of the season this year?
I put for Son.
Outside of pace.
Human Son
to be player of the season. I like Son.
I love him.
I mean, he's got a big. Arsenal.
One of my favourite ever Spurs players is Arsenal fan, Son, because I also should have signed him. I don't know why we didn't.
When did he come?
Yeah, 15, 16, 15.
Son
is like the perfect winger. Both feet, quick, works hard, can cross, can score, can make assists, can dribble really well.
He's just a match winner.
You know, he's got the right attitude. He doesn't seem to be at all by being in the dressing room. Doesn't seem to make a big fuss in the dressing room.
He's just a calm guy, innit?
Doesn't really seem to upset the wage structure. Probably getting underpaid. I don't know what his current wage.
I think he is probably getting. I don't think he's on. I think probably like 130.
Yeah, he's a 200k pay a week player, in my opinion. Yeah. I mean, Son he's a big game player,
elite player, man.
And one class. I mean,
it's just a shame, bro. Arsenal have no match winners and Tottenham have 2. Deep. Let's see what Jesus can do. Yeah? Maybe Saka can become a match winner.
Yeah, he's still in his trajectory.
He's looking good. Looking sharp.
Hey, like I said to my guy, I don't care. Don't tell me about preseason. I don't care.
No, he looks sharp. Somehow looks sharp. I don't want to see guys look sharp.
I don't care.
Like KDB starts every season like he's playing on hot coal. Like his feet always looking uncomfortable. He always looks uncomfortable.
I don't care about preseason because when
I care about the first month of the season. I don't
especially when it comes to us, because you know they'll be playing like Paul Merson said it best. When Arsenal are under pressure, they're the best team in the world. When the pressure comes, that's when you see the real Arsenal. And obviously, we do the averages of the pressure situations and non-pressure situations. That's how you get Arsenal.
They didn't get top 4 because of pressure.
Yeah, so I don't care. I don't care if Arsenal slapping teams 6-0, 10-0. This season is only good for fitness and tactical things. Even for my teams that I coach, obviously I have to make a believe.
But you have to give you have to have a reasonable idea of where your team is at in preseason. As in, these are the concepts that we're going to play in the season.
Tactics and fitness. So the concept side, you're hitting on there for tactics. So the results.
The results don't matter.
I'm not bothered.
Well, but also it breeds confidence.
Sometimes false
to
confidence.
Win.
Because like I said, you're playing under the blanket of no pressure.
That's true. There's no pressure.
And
but win is a habit, man.
Huh? Winning is a habit. But it can be confidence, but it also can be false confidence. Like I said, when you play under no pressure, when the pressure comes, the first game of the season, it matters. There's points on the table. Essentially, you're playing for the livelihood of your club. Remember, obviously Arsenal will be in a relegation battle. You never know. But if your team gets relegated, switch the bottom half of the table, that's real pressure. Your wage goes down. So your lifestyle is diminished.
The thing is,
people may get laid off from work. You're playing under real pressure, and when the friendlies, there's no pressure.
Arsenal's season depends on one guy, and he wears number 5. Well, I'm not going to be saying his name on the podcast for a while, but he wears number 5. And if he goes down, boy.
Lokonga, You know, Congo we trust.
Okay, well, good luck with that. I don't gotta trust in anyone. As I said, I've stopped becoming an Arsenal fan. I just follow them. You know what it is to just follow. I just check occasionally. Oh, what's this guy doing? What's that? Because you get too invested.
You're neutral Arsenal tendencies.
Yeah. You get too invested. Your heart. I'll never forget that. Arsenal done
You can't even speak.
Arsenal done too much to me. I'm just gonna be calm this season on
That's why I
Arsenal.
picked up other sports. You know,
Yeah,
that's why I'm not.
Bro, think about Man United fans are now picking up other sport.
I got that Yobo composure when it comes to Arsenal.
Nah, he don't care.
So let's-
Look at you're the most composed man in the world.
I'm just out here. I'm just out here.
Relax.
Relax.
Of his life.
I'm just relaxed. I'm not bothered. Arsenal do. The people that will bother me, even AJ, I'm not bothered. Errol Spence is a guy I'm bothered
He's gonna
about.
lose.
He may lose, but I like Terence Crawford a lot as well, so I'm not bothered. But that's one that probably would bother me more. Errol Spence.
You sure if AJ doesn't get whacked up by
If
Usyk,
AJ you
20 days time, he's gonna get whacked up.
You lose using that. Okay, fair enough. What happens? Whatever happens. I'm more
Well,
bothered.
he can't get whacked up.
Javante
Again.
Tank. I'm more bothered about him than I am about AJ. And also, what's his name? Shakur. They're the guys I'm bothered about.
If AJ came up here now,
Even LeBron, I'm not bothered about LeBron.
LeBron his time is gone. Maybe 5 years ago.
Giannis, I'm bothered about. So
5 years
Giannis,
ago, you would have cared about it, man.
Giannis, Errol Spence, Tank a bit, and Shakur. They're the guys I'm bothered about. Arsenal, I'm bothered about.
Luka Doncic, Aaron Rodgers.
You know what I mean? Neymar, I'm still just
Messi.
about bothered about.
King Messi.
I still got a few strings with Neymar. Hopefully, he can turn his the perception around. With his
AJ
own
better
goal.
win. I don't care.
I'm not bothered. He'll lose. In fact, it'll be even interesting to see what happens.
Fam, if AJ came, let's say, the pod on this night, if AJ came up into this room and he said, "Oh, why are you talking crap to me?" Would you be scared?
Well, wait, if it was actually on serious stuff, yeah, he could kill me, G, with one punch. Like, let's be real.
You're gonna like, oh, sorry, AJ. I wouldn't even say sorry, bro.
I'm not talking crap about him. I'm just saying I'm not.
As I said, I can beat up to Zora. Me, I just look, AJ, go and handle your business. Don't come here. You wanna handle me? You got business in the ring.
got bigger
This is
fish,
not.
man.
It's gonna cost no money to beat me up. Costs
get no
costs
influence.
no money. I'm free. I'm free. This costs no money to beat me up.
When he came up to the people in this, what's your uni, so
Yeah.
talking bad to him.
Yeah, that man stood like it was a
Like,
assembly.
If I crack your jaw,
You know, I've ever been in school when the teacher said, "Don't stand up, bear straight."
yeah.
That's how the man was standing. When AJ came in, they were standing
I don't know
straight.
how you got into their room. Maybe they didn't know it was AJ.
You open the door. I see a big black Donny looking for your face. I'm gonna close that door.
Maybe it's our punches or that. I don't know. But flipping, like I said, I'm not even trash talking AJ or even sneak.
I like that kind of that energy to from him.
I'm not saying if he loses, I'm not bothered. You know what I mean? AJ's still my guy. I always root for him, but it doesn't bother me.
It's just funny that but you pull up to your accommodation. You know where you live now.
It's crazy.
You're gonna watch this pod and be like, oh, I'm coming for you. No, it's good. It's
You're
good.
coming for the right guy. You're coming for the wrong guy.
It's good. The fight's in what, 3 weeks time?
It's 20th. It's not. Hopefully the press will build up because I'm not really hearing too much.
Because apparently there's some struggle about it being filmed in the UK. They were saying that they were going to take the rights away.
Yeah, I was supposed to go to DAZN, but Sky Sports have it. So
It's £26. And who's hosting that?
I'm gonna be in a different country.
You're going to be in a different country.
I'm probably have to watch in one of those bars.
Watch AJ.
I have to hear those. I have to hear those Americans. I have to hear those Americans sneak this in. I'm gonna have to defend them. But flipping, you haven't told me who's gonna win the league.
I've got City.
Who's top 4?
I actually have City, Spurs, Liverpool.
Who's second?
I got Spurs second. Because Conte doesn't care about Europe. He don't care about competing on all fronts. He only cares about league titles.
Yeah.
And he's good for his first full season. Is very good. So I think he can get second.
Yeah.
And then fourth, I think Arsenal's in a better position than Chelsea right now. I just don't see how Chelsea are going to score goals.
It's true, but I just don't trust us. I have to see to believe it.
I don't seem to believe it, but Chelsea just look like they had a tumultuous summer start to the year. It's been a lot.
Maybe for Arsenal's sake, the changeover in ownership, and then they sank on the valley. To be fair.
Yeah. But aside from that, I think United are looking. I don't know where United is at. They lost to Atletico yesterday.
Don't tell me about peace. I'm not bothered.
Oh, they did, yes. But I don't know where United are on the
Well,
Ten Hag. I need to
they-
see them in a serious match.
United are all over the place. It seems at least.
Yeah, I need to see them in a serious match. Your main target doesn't want to come to you. It's going on for so long. So
That's a guy who didn't build him up.
you build him up. De Jong is going to stay at Barcelona to be a centre back. then come for Barcelona to come to United to be playing his right position. But I don't know what's happening there. It's because Barcelona are only 17 million.
They did my boy.
And they're signing. How can you think about this? Barcelona owe 17 million and they're still signing guys. Not only that, Bordeaux is 40 million in debt and Barcelona owe them 10 million.
I saw that, yeah. Apparently, Barcelona, they got a lot of money coming in, like I think image rights or TV rights.
It's from Fifth Street for they saw the TV rights.
And also the Spotify deal. I've never heard about that. Maybe I'm.
But where's this money? The money's coming in to pay off. You primarily as a company, you got debts, you got covenants to meet, and what if you're gonna breach them, you're gonna breach them. This money coming in, this influx of short money, it's still not gonna pay off your long-term debt. You're still borrowing from someone, unless the TV rights you're not borrowing, you sold them. Spotify, that's obviously a long-term deal. I know that Spotify is gonna support them, but the debts were over $1 billion. How are all of these costs, and you're still buying players, and you still got weekly. You still got wage expenditure. You've still got a lot of overheads.
It's going through the roof.
Yeah. So how can you tell me that you're in a better? They're not in a healthier position. You're actually just getting yourself into a worse position by signing all these players who soon you're gonna have to sell. Because tell me this: you got Aubameyang, you got Lewandowski. That's a lot up top. You still got Depay. And then you've got they got too many guys. Not all of these players can play every game.
There will be some unhappy campers. But you heard it there first. That's from JAACA qualify. That financial talk, that financial breakdown. Shout out for your one-to-one if you want,
One-to-one needs.
Your one-to-one financial needs to get you on the right track, to get you back on the straight and narrow, saving up your money, investing. I'm joking, it's not investing advice. But yeah, it's interesting to see what Barcelona want to do. But I just feel that they're just going to find a way. I mean, the league can't afford to lose them as one of the major entities. The El Clasico in itself sells so much, and if Barcelona are to wither away.
But never think that anything's too big to fail. Never think that. There's been massive companies that you thought are too big to fail and they failed.
That is true.
Football is not too big to fail. Football is not too big.
Very good point. But I mean, United had how much debt for how many years? They seem to still be functioning.
Because football is functioning. If the product ever declines, or there's a point where
if Barcelona stop performing to like on the pitch being an elite club, then yeah, they're done for. Like if they get relegated or bottom half the table consistently, then yeah, all these favours that they may be getting or people allowances, they'll just diminish with the quickness.
The quickest quickness. So, and then Golden Boot. I'm gonna go Haaland, man. That guy's built for goals, but my main fear with Haaland is that he's gonna get injured, man. I'm worried about that. I'm really worried about him getting injured. But if he doesn't get injured, I saw enough yesterday in that game with the movement, and I say once it clicks, it's gonna score. And I've seen in that team when a striker does click with Aguero, Jesus, you get enough chances to score. I really like the addition of Alvarez with him though. I think Alvarez, he could be the sign of the season. He could be.
Alvarez quality.
He's quality.
The true manager won the king. Basically like a new Aguero-ish.
I love how agile he is. I love his movement off the ball. I love that he's quick and he's hungry for goals. Like the goal he scored yesterday, just pure hunger.
He's got that hunger for goal and he can also build up plays. He also looks like he can be a man. He's nifty. Seems like an all-round. I told you, he's like a younger girl. The all-round attributes, low center of gravity. He obviously Haaland is going to play a lot of time out wide, which is fine. And yeah.
My player of the season this year, I'm wrestling. I think it's gonna be KDB this season. I think this is KDB's last peak season.
You think?
Yeah. I think he gets injured a lot and he plays a lot of games. He's like 30. He's 30, 31. Yeah. I think this is his last peak season.
Maybe. I still feel another 2 years in his prime because I feel KDB was dropped further back and he's got all the attributes to be like more of an 8 than actual an 8-10. And then maybe someone like Foden or Bernardo can push on.
I was going to say Foden might be player of the season, but then Foden, you never know with Peps. I saw Foden yesterday when he came on, instant impact. Like, I don't know what it is against Liverpool. I don't know. They're like
Foden's just a class player.
Yeah, against Liverpool, he just turned on. I just need Foden to just start, to score.
Here's a question. This is the end. Is Trent Alexander-Arnold a generational player?
Yes.
Why?
There's no doubt. The assists, the goals. He's a generational player for impacting the Premier League. I think he's had enough good performances for in the Champions League to say that he's an elite player. He's an elite player. No, he's not defining the position of fullback because we've had a Dani Alves, we've had a Maicon, we've had Cafu before him, but he's just taking it to a new level.
I'll say Cafu and Maicon a bit different. They're more like engines up and down. They could get a few assists and score goals, but they don't really do proper playmaking. Dani Alves and Trent do proper playmaking. So those guys, you could drop them infield. They could spray pass. They could put the needle through balls. They could do the nice sharp 1-2s.
Even Alba on the other side was of the same ilk where he was involved in the playmaking. Most of Messi's passes were actually to Alba, where Alba was coming down there.
I thought Alba was even better in that regard because he actually had sending qualities. So what seems like what you're telling me is generation for the English game. Is he a worldwide generational talent or is he generation for the Premier League?
For worldwide, I don't know. I haven't. For England, performances not really the best. Doesn't even start. He didn't even start at Euros. He didn't even go. He was injured, and he wouldn't have started.
Potentially,
yeah. Yeah. So outside of the Liverpool settings, his performances haven't been great. That's why I have to mark him down.
I feel he's a generational right back. I'm not sure if he's a generational player, specifically for the English game.
But then, when you say as a right back, what differentiates it from a player? Because I don't even say that to we say Mbappe's a generational player, like a generational talent.
Mbappe's a generational talent. There's some players that just maybe like Aguero, maybe it's a generational strike. There's the differences. But you see the levels. You see what I'm getting at?
So in his position, he's
in his position in general, but overall, when you compare him to other players, midfielders, strikers, does he stand up? Does he compare? Does he beat the litmus test?
But then
I'm not sure because when you bring in defensive abilities, like I said before, he was the main reason that they conceded that goal against Real Madrid. Of course, Van Dijk didn't engage as much, and people say he was in an open position, which is true, fair enough. But if you do a blame of share or pie of the blame, Trent takes way more than.
Then what would we say about Haaland?
Then what's his name? Haaland. Is he a generation player?
On a physical level, that is an utter specimen of a footballer. He's the new generation of he's new gen Ronaldo physically. This is like an old. Did you see what he did to Robertson? He chucked that man to the ground.
Small.
Bro, he chucked him to the ground. He chucked him, and he's coming at pace. So you got momentum. He chucked him.
But Ronaldo could do that. Drogba could do that.
Yeah, I'm saying that's the kind of strength.
That's a mismatch. Come on, it's a mismatch.
But wait,
it's like
he was running off Van Dijk.
That can be.
It was looking more like it was running off. Yeah, it's true.
That can be taking flipping Kyle Lowry. It's a mismatch.
But as a physical talent, what he can do,
he's impressive. Really.
He's very impressive.
I feel gets the goals. Goals is a major currency. So with the goals regardless, and his goal rate, he has for Champions League goals. His goal rate is, I believe, one of the best for guys scored over at least 10, 15 goals, if not the best. He's got a better goal rate than all the legends that were considered generational talents. I'll give him that because I feel he will improve, and I feel at the end of the day he's just going to get the goals. And I thought he will be definitive when he matters the most. Even though technically speaking, I touched it before, he needs to brush up a bit, but goals is just a major currency, and he doesn't have to worry about defending. And even if his technical shortcomings are not there, so even if technical shortcomings are still there, he can still get goals. An amazing.
It only takes one. For him, it only takes one.
But like so Trent, defensively, it's important for you to defend, and in those games, if you're costing me games of the highest magnitude because you haven't looked at your man in the last 30 seconds or 40 seconds building up to, or maybe last 15, 20 seconds building up to the goal. We didn't look at Vinny once and he stuck in behind and scored. And there's no Henderson can't save you there, Fabinho can't save you there. No, it's me and you, one-on-one. And that's, as a right, also as a right back, you don't even need to be a great defender like that. I just need to be able to save your man one-on-one, especially when they're dribbling at you. Obviously when crosses coming, you need to, obviously that's more off the ball, but you need to be aware where he is. But you know, you've got to find out.
That's true. No, I'm starting to build up. I'm building up a case on Ruben Diaz. I was just thinking about that yesterday.
What about him?
Put some things in the file. He's been a bit shaky recently.
I mean, he's not Van Dijk, but he's up there.
He's up there. Second, I would say second best centre back in the league. But I'm just opening the case on him because the handballs gets shrugged off. Been a bit susceptible to some players recently. I'm watching him closely. But anyway, Thank you for listening to the Two Man Game. Thank you for taking the time to listen to us.
been chill.
It's been chill, man.
Make sure you like and
Us
subscribe
subscribe.
to us on the YouTube. Make sure you follow us on the Instagram and the Twitter. Make sure you listen to us audibly. You know, if you can't see us, make sure you listen to us audibly on the Spotify and Apple Podcasts. You know, just kept it natural, TMG traditional.
I know.
Your boy J.A.
Boy Mellow.
Let's get it.
Let's get it.